Good afternoon and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well guys, I was actually able to get the Chat With Me Sunday up and edited. I edited the whole thing, which I think I was telling you guys, it's like close to 40-minute long video that I recorded. I ended up editing it down to like under 20. I think it was like 18 minutes or something like that. Which was pretty good because I honestly felt like some of the stuff, like when I went through it, I think it was good because when I was like recording the video, like things were making sense, but then I was like, but are they all gonna make sense? Like when I'm like, because there was like some stuff I recorded and then I was like, maybe I should add that. So then I went back at the end and like added stuff and ended up like adding it back into like the one part of the like clips and stuff like that, and I was like, I hope this all kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of things. And so I did that and it ended up making sense. But yeah, I hope I, like I said, kind of got my point across too. But it was one of those things where I was like, I need to just try and get it done. So I just sat in my room and like actually kind of tidied up my room just a little bit and was like, okay, I just need to sit in here and try and get one video done, and then hopefully I can, hopefully it all works together and everything and kind of makes sense and stuff. So I was able to get that done and I uploaded it already. I actually just have to finish the thumbnail real quick before I go to bed. And then I also did like 2 or 3 loads of laundry today, and I did a load of dishes today as well. Plus, like I said, I tidied up my room, so that was good. My dad and Jack ended up they went out to Menards, and I was like, okay guys, can you guys get the dog food? Because I need them to get I think I was telling you guys we're out of the blue, we get the dogs like the blue buffalo kind of stuff from Menards, because normally with their 11% rebate, which was over today, it winds up being like cheaper than I've been able to see at like any other store, like at Petco or like at Walmart's price or anything like that. I think they're like right around the same price at Walmart and at Menards, but with their 11% rebate I get like $5 or almost $6 back or something like that. I think the 30-pound bag that we get is like $46, I think, or $47, which works out to be like more than $1 per pound, but I normally wind up getting about $5 back from the 11% rebate. So that winds up being like, I think just over $40. So I think it's like I said, pretty good price. And I think at Walmart it's like close to $50 or like the same thing, like 40 something for like a 30-pound bag as well. But again, with that rebate, which was over today, their 11% rebate sale ended up running through today, so that was over. So I asked them if they could go out, and then also too, because they I forgot to actually get dishwashing, like the dishwashing tabs at Aldi, and we also I realized we were out of tortillas. I was gonna get them at Jewel and then forgot and to get them at Aldi because I didn't end up getting them at Jewel because they didn't have them. So I then forgot to get them at Aldi because I was planning on getting them at Jewel. So I asked my dad to pick up those 2 things, and then my mom had asked if we could get pizza for dinner tonight from Aldi, like their deli pizzas. So originally I was thinking like, okay, it'll be like we were gonna get 2 deli pizzas plus the dog food and the newspapers and those, like I said, the 2 things that we need at Aldi plus the pizza. And I was thinking it was gonna be like extra $60, and I was like, that's okay, because I ended up spending only like under $100 this week for the rest of the grocery stuff. And then my dad ends up going to Aldi, and he's like, well, I also used my money to buy this stuff because I gave him $70, thinking like, oh, maybe with tax or whatever, right? Which was like out of the cash from the grocery money. So they ended up going there. Jack got candy, and they ended up getting ice cream, and they got 3 pizzas instead of 2. Because Matthew's girlfriend's grandpa's birthday was today, so they ended up going out for like his birthday dinner to some pizza place, I think. Anyway, I don't know if it was actually his birthday or they were just going out today, but he wasn't here. So I was like, okay, so it's gonna be me, my dad, Jack, and my mom, 4 people that are gonna eat 2 pizzas. Like, that's a half a pizza for each person. And the one from Aldi says deli pizzas are pretty big. So I was thinking like, okay, like that's fine. Well, my dad winds up getting 3 pizzas, and we didn't even go through 2 of them. So I was like, oh my gosh. Plus, like I said, all the other stuff they got. I was actually going to include it at the end of my like countdown to savings this week on like the dog food and all that kind of stuff, the extra couple things like I said that we ended up getting, and the things that I forgot at Aldi my dad had to run back out. I wasn't going to do a whole separate haul, I was just going to include it in that. But because he ended up buying all this other stuff that he ended up actually, like, he was like, oh, well, I put my money in to get, like, the extra stuff that it was over. But he ended up spending, like, $80 today on, like I said, the dog food, which, again, is expensive. But normally we only get it, like, once a month every 3 weeks or something like that. Like 3 to 4 weeks probably. And so, you know, we're not spending that much money every single week. So it's like, okay, well, that's this week we have to get the dog food. But then, like I said, he gets all this other random stuff that I was like, really? Like, why did you guys buy that? So I'm like, I'm not going to include that in my haul. Like, I'm just going to wind up probably adding it as, like, a footnote in next week's, like, countdown to savings video. So I was super frustrated about that, though, because I was thinking, like, okay, it'll be, like, maybe around $60 or so, something like that, you know, and he'll give me back the change or whatever. And I was like, that's not that bad, because I normally plan on like $50 for the dog food, and like I said, normally it's around $50 plus with the tax, but then again I get that $5 back from the rebate, so I wasn't thinking it was going to be too horrible or anything like that. But then he ends up spending all of what I gave him and more, because he spent his own money. And so, like, I was like, I just, like, I'm frustrated about this, because I still wanted to show like how we saved on dog food and like stuff like that. And yeah, guys, so like I said, I'll have to add that as, like I said, some type of footnote in next week's video, if I remember, because I'll probably wind up forgetting. But I was also going through and coming up with chat with me Sundays that I want to do for the future, because I actually want to try and record like maybe one tomorrow and maybe another one like early in the week, so I'm actually like have like a couple like recorded and like even edited and uploaded and stuff like that. So I'm not like rushing last minute to try and get the videos done for that week or whatever. Like last week was really bad, and then this week wasn't too bad because I finished it today and it's going up tomorrow. But again, I don't want to do that like last minute, like I'm doing it the day before kind of thing. I want to have them like ready ahead of time. I'm doing some of those, and I was thinking about recording one for tomorrow, but I am going to bed very late tonight. So I don't know what time I'm going to be up tomorrow. Matthew's supposed to be leaving like first thing in the morning, I think. I had to make sure those two that I ended up getting one last load of laundry that was his other stuff clean for tomorrow in the washing machine right now, and I asked my dad to put it in the dryer before they end up leaving, because my dad will probably be up early, but I still have to take a shower. And oh my goodness, guys, I'm just like, I'm really frustrated right now, because I was like, okay, well, like, I'm going to start this week off, because I told you guys Matthew will be gone, and says he won't be home for 2 weeks, that he's not going to come home this weekend, and he's going to stay at school and then come home the following weekend. So it's like, okay, like, you know, so I'll have like a full weekend that he's not going to be home, because normally he tries to guilt trip me into like watching Ghost Adventures or like staying up and playing something, or like, you know, just doing something, and we wind up staying up late. And so that's why like over winter break and even before that was like really bad, because he was almost coming home every single weekend. Right now it is so bad that I'm almost thinking that I should just try and stay up as late. I think I need to literally, no lie guys, pull like an all-nighter, because I'm waking up at like noon or 2 o'clock anyway, and pulling an all-nighter for me and going to bed at like 10 o'clock would still not wind up being like even a full 24 hours. It would wind up being like less than that, instead of like getting up at like, you know, 10 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and then not going to bed until the next like following day at 10 o'clock or something like that. So like I've pulled a couple all-nighters. I think it was, I think it was in high school actually. The one that I can remember was with my my friends all came over. We had a sleepover, and one of them was up really late, and like one of them was sleeping. I think it was 3 of my friends that came over that night. And so then, while the one was sleeping, then the other one was awake, and then I was up, so I stayed up the entire night with them, and maybe one of them stayed up the entire night with me too. But I remember like 2 of the 3 ended up like falling asleep like at different times, so then they were up for like a short period of time, and then the other one was asleep and falling back asleep, and I was up the entire night. And I just remember it like like, it was horrible because I just never ever felt like that tired before, where I was like, oh my gosh, this is just horrible. Like, my brain wasn't functioning at all. But right now, the way I am like sleeping and my days and nights are right now all mixed up, I just can't even, I feel like I almost need to, like I said, pull an all-nighter, which if I wake up tomorrow at 2 o'clock and then don't wind up going to bed until 10 o'clock of the next night, like I said, that's not like horrible timing-wise, as far as like I'm not losing a whole ton of sleep, but it might help me so that then I'm tired at like even 8 o'clock or something like that, let's just say, so that I actually fall asleep by that time, which I think would, again, be better than going to sleep at, you know, or like this weird pattern of sleep that I'm in right now. So yeah, guys, maybe that's what I need to do or something like that, because literally I am sleeping through most of sunlights now because the sun's going down still like 4 o'clock or whatever, so I'm almost sleeping through all of that time, and then I'm up all night like long because I'm still awake. So like I said, I feel like I really need to try and somehow just break the habit, if it's, you know, because I'm not tired at like 10 o'clock to try and go to bed at 10 o'clock. I'm not even tired at midnight to try and go to bed at midnight. I either need one day where I get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and I only get a few hours of sleep, or I wind up, like I said, going to bed, you know, earlier, and then even if I like, or trying to go to bed earlier and then also trying to get up early, but that doesn't seem to work for me. I think I need like 2 or 3 days where I can break the habit, and then like it ends up working out again for me. But I know I've told you guys this like multiple times before, that it's just like once I get into a bad sleep schedule and like a bad sleep routine, there is like no way for me to break it. It's just I can't do it because I'm not tired then, like at the time that I should be going to sleep. And so like I could take melatonin, but I feel like it was kind of messing with me a little bit, like when I was taking it, which I never had a problem before. Taking it like intermittently for like probably 2-3 years or something like that, but like just recently I feel like it's, and I don't know if it's because my sleep schedule and patterns and stuff like that had just been really bad, or felt like I wasn't getting enough sleep, but I felt like it was kind of just making me like, I was also trying like a darker, like a medium roast coffee, and so I don't know if that was actually it, but it was just making me feel like really tired, but then also like kind of, I think it was more the caffeine, but I don't know if the caffeine and the melatonin together were like having a bad reaction and mixed together there, that like I said was not really working for me. And so I don't know what that was, and that was more like kind of over the summer that I kind of noticed that. And so I don't necessarily want to take the melatonin, but like I said, I think it was more the coffee, because once I stopped taking the coffee I didn't have a problem, and I took the melatonin a handful of times after that. And then also too, I told you guys I'd taken it before, never had a problem, but I don't know, and I don't want to like try anything out or anything like that to see if it was or wasn't. But I feel like I need to, like, you know, have some what's it called, like chamomile tea or like something to try and help me fall asleep, but I hate tea, so that wouldn't be helpful either. Or like cut coffee for one day so that maybe I'm just super exhausted and fall asleep by like 10 o'clock. Sleep pattern I'm in right now is just completely not cutting it for me, and I hate it because I don't like to be awake when everybody else in the house is asleep. Like, I like to be up when the sun's up and everybody else is awake. So yeah, like I said, guys, don't know, but Matthew goes back to school tomorrow, which means, and Jack will be at school on Monday, so Monday is like going to be the first day of me and Sunday night trying to go to bed early and waking up early. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give it a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.